Hi, how are y'all doing? I hope y'all are doing really well. Are y'all excited? Well, I'm excited, and you know why I'm excited? Because I have a book review for y'all today, and the book that I will be reviewing is The Little Prince, and I apologize ahead of time. I am going to butcher the author's name, Anton de Saint-Exupéry. I am very sorry, but I am not French. All right, let's talk a little bit about The Little Prince. Let me give you a little backstory behind it. The Little Prince was first published in 1943 in French, and ever since then it's been translated to so many different languages. And of course, I read the English version of it, and it was written by a man a French man, and who actually happened to be a pilot. And The Little Prince is about a pilot who is telling us the story of a little prince he encountered who had a big impact on his life. All right, so the book starts off with our narrator, the pilot, telling us about his life when he was 6 years old, and he was really interested in pursuing a career in art. He wanted to be an artist. He loved to draw, and he only drew two things before he abandoned that dream completely. And the reason why he abandoned it completely was because whenever he would show a grown-up one of his drawings, the grown-up did not know what the heck he drew, and they encouraged him to disown drawing and focus on something that was actually worth pursuing. And at the age of 6, he abandoned his dream of being an artist and eventually became a pilot. And well, if you really think about it, it might have been a blessing in disguise, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So he becomes a pilot, and one day his plane crash lands in the Sahara Desert, and when it crash lands in the Sahara Desert, he meets a little prince with gold hair. And off the get-go, the pilot, our narrator, knows that this little prince is is a very special person, because the first thing the little prince says to him is, "Hey, can you draw me a sheep?" And our narrator hadn't drawn since he was 6 years old, and he only knew how to draw two things. So he drew one of the only two things he knew how to do, and the little prince knew exactly what that was. And he says, "Hey, I didn't ask for this. I wanted a sheep." So the pilot immediately grows a lot of affection towards the little prince. He becomes very special in his life. And when he meets the little prince tells him about his travels, his journey to our planet. And it's a pretty heartbreaking journey. It makes you think a lot about life, how some of us carry ourselves, how some of us adults carry ourselves, and how a lot of things that we do are not really important. And this book had a very, very beautiful message. It wasn't so much about never growing up and staying a child forever, but more grow up, but never lose your childhood innocence. Because if you never lose your childhood innocence, this world would be a much better place. And as I was saying before, if our narrator never abandoned his dream of becoming an artist and never pursued a career in aviation, he probably would have never met the little prince. So, as I said before, it was probably a blessing in disguise. I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was really well done. It's a children's book, but I'm a full-grown adult, and I absolutely adored it. I never read it as a child. I read it as an adult, and it has really cool pictures. Let's see if we could focus the camera. Those pictures are marvelous. It was really sweet, adorable. I really enjoyed it. I give The Little Prince 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I definitely recommend y'all go and read it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a magical day.